$100 billion every year for the next 23 years. And if you see the budget for the last 5 years, it's short of that. So, and the Nigerian Infrastructure Master Plan says that 70% of what we need to fund our infrastructure for that period is coming from the private sector. And when we say private sector, we have to go by way of public-private partnership. And we are doing the PPP in this sector. We need facilities to prepare the projects that are bankable to develop a pipeline of projects for the country. And the GIF has assembled donors, investors, lenders, everybody in the PPP ecosystem to see the opportunities that are available in the world. So basically, I was invited here, one of the key speakers, to come and share my experience on Project Preparation Fund and now Nigeria can benefit. And the takeaway from this event is that it's been agreed that we cannot have one pattern fits all. So we need to develop a PPA, Project Preparation Fund, in such a way that it incorporates local realities into it. So for developing countries like Nigeria, the fund, the PPF that should be available, should consider our low appetite for long-standing investment, and also consider the types of risks that we have in Nigeria, from political risk to all kinds of risks. So therefore, I'm here to pitch that Nigeria is an investment destination. With a population of about 250 million people, the gap is there, and we are ready. The government of the day is willing. It has brought in policies that will make our economy very friendly to receive investment, and also it has broken barriers that make investors build confidence in investing in Nigeria. So I think it's been very insightful. It's been a very good thing. Our message were well received. And I think from now on, we're going to unlock those opportunities for investors to come to Nigeria. And I think also with the meeting that we just had, I saw a lot of people having interest and belief in the system, because one of the things we lack is that there is this apathy of investing in Africa. There's this apathy of coming to third world countries. But we've been able to say that most of the risks and the fears they have are no longer there, because the present regime is pro-private sector based, because that's the reality we have now. We have paucity of funds, and we don't have enough resources to build the infrastructure for our dream. So we need the collaboration with the private sector. We need investors to come in. And one thing I assured everybody in the room is that we're not asking you to come in to bear our burden. We're asking you to come in and invest and make good returns on investment. So we're a good investment destination. People that have come in have good testimony to say. And we're saying that the legal regulatory framework that you need to have the assurance to invest in Nigeria is there. So the safety of your investment is there. So people no longer have this apathy. I can tell you in the last 2 years, we've done a lot of deals, both locally funded and externally funded. So the message here back home is that we're well received. We are becoming an investment destination, and very soon we'll have enough fund to build bankable PPP projects, come up with pipelines of projects that investors are ready to see. And I think very, very soon we'll start seeing the result of engagements like this.
I was just going to talk about the timelines, but even though you appear a bit not too certain, but the expectations of Nigerians would be, yeah, we'd love to see this kind of meetings, but the outcomes and how soon we begin to enjoy these dividends.
Thank you very much. First of all, let me make it very clear that PPP projects are complex, and capital will always move to the area of less resistance. So what we are saying is that measures have been put in place to ensure that it takes lesser time from conceptualization to financial close. We have reduced the timeline. We have removed the barriers. We have ring-fenced projects with the right legal framework that has given birth to projects being started and completed in real time. So when you talk of time, I have to, break it down for you. We're talking about ongoing projects that need investment. We're talking about projects that are in the pipeline. talking about projects that will start from afresh. So I will tell you that projects that are ongoing, that require the right investment or if financial close, I think those ones will come very soon, very, very soon for the end of the year. Talking of projects that are in the pipeline that we need to procure, those ones are also, I'm telling you, with engagements like this, I see interest coming from all angles. I'll tell you that very soon that will be done. Of course, the big thing is that people are ready to unlock the opportunities that we have. So we see a lot of new projects coming up, a lot of new concepts coming up, and the donors out there are saying they are willing to fund because I've assured them, because of the president has assured the country that we're an investment destination and their investment is safe.
What would you term as your biggest win in your engagement here? Are there concrete commitments?
Yeah, my biggest, that's a very good question and a good way to close this session. Well, first of all, I would like to thank Mr. President, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for the leadership he has provided in terms of public-private partnership in this country. If you recall, our first win here is that, first of all, is to remove the myth that is difficult investing in Nigeria. I think the good news, and which was well received, is that barriers have been broken for investors to come into Nigeria, and their investments are protected. And let me say this, and I say it everywhere I go, that one thing that worries investors is the sustainability of their investment. It is sanctity of the agreement they have. And I keep saying, President has not cancelled one PPP agreement that he met in the assumed office, and he has always resisted any attempt to make him do so. And he has also assured all of us that the rule of law, that's why I keep saying that the legal regulatory framework is in place, that no well-structured PPP agreement that is signed will be cancelled. So the investors have built the confidence that their investment is safe, is secure, and they have a good return on investment investing in Nigeria. So for me, that's a big win, that those barriers have been broken and investors will be trooping into Nigeria very soon.
So you mentioned the infrastructure deficit as one of Nigeria's major problems.
Yeah.
Is there any particular sector in terms of investment in infrastructure that Nigeria will be needing or you want to focus on when investors come in?
Okay, I think clearly the report is very clear. We have an infrastructure master plan, the NIMP, Nigeria Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan, which has clearly spelled out our infrastructure deficit in various sectors. I'll give you, for example, the plan says that we need about $759 billion to build infrastructure in the energy sector, another $595 billion in the transport sector. So clearly, one of the two major areas in the master plan that is critically being emphasized is the energy and the transport sector, which represents about 50% of the master plan. So another critical area that is emerging now is in the ICT sector. The infrastructure needed is huge. The opportunity is high. So we are looking at those sectors as critical. But however, we cannot neglect sectors, the social sectors, like the hospitals, the schools, even agriculture. So basically, I won't say one sector is more important than the other. However, all sectors are important. At the same time, the demand for investment varies. So for us, it's a chain or integrated approach from low-hanging fruit to sustainable and long-term project or infrastructure development. So they are all important in my own way.
Okay, I'm going to
Lastly, sorry.
No, please, are you not enjoying it? Go ahead.
I'm going to diversify a bit to your last meeting that was held at the Ministry of Finance in Abuja, where all contractors, private sector contractors, Very
The issue we are referring to is the issue of contractors having challenges with payment. Well, that is budgetary provision. So, and that is what I'm saying. If you engage in public-private partnerships, some of those issues we are having with contractors will not be there. But when investors bring in their money, they bring in their money. They don't take from government. So when they bring it, when they bring in their investment, they invest and they expect to recoup their investment over a long period of time. Let's say 20, 30 years, 10 years, as the case may be. So to solve some of those issues you are referring to is for us to ensure that we create an enable environment for private sector to come in and invest, and we're able to de-risk some of these our infrastructure needs that we have to do through scarce resources from the budget. So I want to believe that enough measures have been put in place to address the issue you raised, but for a long-term solution to the problem you raise is for us to ensure that we involve the private sector in some of these issues that will lack funds through budgetary provision to solve.
Thank you very much, sir.
The downside for us to excel, all they ask us to do is that we should put in place the right machinery and framework to attract private sector investment in building Nigeria infrastructure. And that's what we've been doing in the past one year, close to 2 years now. And just for want of time, I'll just tell you quickly what we have done. Remember that in the years past, there were attempts to concession in Nigerian airport, doing some infrastructure projects in the aviation sector. And for some reasons, we couldn't do it. Well, under the leadership of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the able, not-relenting Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, SAN, we've been able to conclude and gotten approvals and sign the Enugu Airport, an airport that will unlock opportunities for the in the eastern part of Nigeria. And very soon, before the end of the month or in a few weeks' time, the Port Harcourt Airport agreement will be signed. And also, pathetically, as you can see, we are going through a very difficult time as a country in terms of security. What has the president done? As I speak to you now, we've had a public-private partnership engagement with a company that will build biometric solution for local airline travelers in Nigeria. That is a measure that will, an infrastructure that will increase the security of local passengers. Because what we have now is what we have done with the advanced passenger information for international passengers into the country. But we are localizing it, and that also you will see. Also, beyond that, in the power sector, we signed the Ikere 6 megawatt hydropower project in February, and this was a project that was built and abandoned since 1982. All the turbines, everything is new. They've been abandoned. But under the leadership of his president, we've been able to unlock that, and we have a private sector company that's taking over that. And we'll be concluding the Omega campaign in Kogi State. And a lot, even the Kashibila Integrated Cargo Airport, was signed under the regime of the president. So we've done a lot of things in this sector. And let me also shock you. You recall that we used to have the Nigerian National Shipping Line. As I speak to you now, investors are around the corner. Very soon, Nigeria will have a national shipping line. We are working seriously with the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy to revive the shipping line, and we've gotten, we've got the interest from an investor to revive that under the leadership of His Excellency, and also the Snake Island. We've attracted an investment worth $1 billion of private sector, P2P, private sector to private sector, to make sure that we build the second and third phase of this of that project. So all these were done under His Excellency. If you allow me, I will keep staying and keep telling you what this government has done. So the good news is that we are investor ready. We are the destination for investment. A lot of projects are in the pipeline. I'm not willing to let out now. But as once FEC is convened, approval has gotten, in my word press conference, I think I will address that. Thank you very much. Is that okay?